You are live.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
We are live at the Wellness Warriors Weekend Getaway, and we are about to have kitchen warriors. All of the warriors, this morning they have already partaken in yoga.
Yeah.
They have partaken in water aerobics.
Yeah.
Some of them have gotten their feet rubbed this morning, reflexology. And some of you have even been to a session today, yes?
Yeah.
All right, fantastic. Well, we are about to eat. But first we're going to cook. And I already cooked the ground turkey for the nachos. I already made that this morning with the chef upstairs. I actually taught him a thing or two because he didn't know how to make it my way. And he tasted it. He was like, oh, that's good. Yeah, told you. I'm never going to tell you anything wrong about food. All right. So now, though, we are going to cook some, it looks like chicken. It is not. It is soy. And I actually tasted it earlier. I didn't know what it was, but it tastes really good. We're going to cook some up here. So I'm going to show you how to season it. But first, I'm going to move these things out of our way. Oh, no, boy, these are heavy bowls. So that we can see what we're doing here. Because that's why you're here. Nobody has any. Where your good Dr. Notebooks?
Got it.
Got it.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. Don't be without it. What I want you to get away from is using unnatural things in your food, because you can still make delicious food even without using preservatives, even without using packaged foods. Because how many vegetarians do we have again? 4? Okay, I don't know how many more are not here yet. We're going to put some more in here. Ouch. And yes, I have clean hands. All right. I see that pot is a little sticky, so we're going to use a little more oil. She said, okay. And a little water for safe measuring. Which went where? There we are. We're going to take that. Okay. And I'm glad I'm putting that in there now because it kind of makes a little gravy. The one thing that we love about taco seasoning is what? It tastes delicious. Yes? If you look on the back of that packaging, you will see, oh my goodness, Chris, Mahogany and Winter are not in here. They're upstairs in the salons. They've lost track of the time. So we are going. One of the things about taco seasoning in the packaging is that it has too many preservatives. If you turn over on the back, the sodium count is anywhere between 500 and 1300.
Crazy.
Even the low sodium ones. The low sodium, they classify that as 500. Sometimes you can find one at 300. And finally, I was like, you know what? This doesn't have enough of this or this doesn't have enough of that in it that I would personally like to taste. So I'm going to give this a whirl and start to make my own. All right? So that's what I did. The one thing, I brought my own seasonings. Yes, I did. The first thing that I like to use is Veggie Sal. Veggie Sal is made by the Spike Company. Heard of Spike? Old as dirt. Been around forever. Veggie Sal. Sal is Spanish for salt. So it is vegetables turned into salt. Anytime that you use celery, green pepper, onion, parsley together, and put it on your food will be salty. Okay? Your food will be salty. So we are going to make it salty with something from vegetables. So when I am cooking a big dish like this, or any kind of thing that I need to season, because the seasoning is the key. I like to use light colored, then dark colored, then light colored, then dark colored, so I can see what I'm doing and that it can be distributed evenly. Here's the trick to seasoning your food. I don't care what size pot you have, season it all over on the inside the pot you have. So the giant pot that I made today, he gave me a spoon that was literally this big. That was like the big jet, like for an outside kettle or something. That's what he gave me for the pot that I made with the turkey meat in it today. So any size pot that you're cooking, use it, season it thoroughly on top with whatever it is you're using, even if you're using a pot that big. All right? And if you're using a pot that big, that's how you know the seasonings is enough for that that dish, right? So I'm starting with veggie sal, and I'm layering. So I'm going over it, enough to see it, on top. Next, I'm going to take something dark. I'm going to use cumin. Okay? Cumin. Cumin is that taste in Mexican food that you really can't figure out what it is, but that's what makes it taste like Mexican food. Cumin. Also very good, very anti-inflammatory. Now, I take the top off of this because I layer this on twice. I layer it on twice. So I'm going to fill this one more time and save it for later. You might want to write this down. Marshall's Creek Spice Company. Marshall's Creek Spice Company. They are the company that I love these spices. If you use DRLAJOYCE, you'll get a 25% off discount anytime. Now I'm using garlic. This is good old McCormick. I like McCormick garlic. And I love McCormick onion powder.
Yes.
Okay? I'm not going to use it yet because I'm going to go dark now. Right? So now I'm going to use some oregano. Oregano. How many of you were taking all of oregano during the pandemic? Keep your immune system strong. Okay? And if you didn't, you should. Oregano. Now let's go light again. Now we'll use our onion powder. Okay? Enough to cover what you see. And then you have enough. So he was like, oh, you don't measure. That's why writing that cookbook I have is the hardest thing in the world to do. Because I was like, I don't know what you're shaking on. My aunt used to tell me a little pinch of that, and a little piece of that, and good luck. I wrote that a couple of times in the cookbook. Good luck.
What's that?
This is paprika. Now, mahogany. This is the soy version. You want some of that? We did all the meat at once. I didn't realize that. So I do the paprika a little heavy because what is it about the taco season that makes it what? Red. So you're not going to feel like you're missing anything. Okay? Now the last thing is the lovely parsley. You can never get too much of that. All of these things are beneficial for you, and none of these you can find on the back of that taco seasoning. The smell of it is just altogether different. But you know you're having tacos. And one more again with the cumin. Last time on top. Okay? Can you all see?
Yeah.
What's happening here?
Yeah.
Good. I'm going to mix it and put water in. Because it makes almost like a gravy. Because these things are powdered. Chris, can you get me some more water, please? Or I needed a sous chef. And it makes like a gravy. So when it makes this gravy and you put it on your top of your chips, ooh-wee, ooh-wee. It's so good. I just love, y'all smell it? Smell good?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I'm waiting on my water. Oh, Chris, he took the long way around. Okay. He want to get the shot. He's staying out the way. All right. He's right. This pot like heated up in no time. Thank you very much. Put one there, please. Thank you. Yeah. If you put cold water in, it will immediately make a gravy because all of these things are powdered and that's how you make flour. I mean, that's how you make gravy with flour and water. Cold water. Cold water. All right? So when things call for flour to make gravy, I just use my powdered seasonings, like when I make my gumbo. And instead of using water, all of the flour, I use my powder and make my roux. It comes out fantastic. So when we come back here for Kitchen Warriors in November, we're going to make gumbo. And we're going to make my slamming organic turkey chili that I award-winning, that I won. First runner-up at a rodeo in the Poconos. There were 17 restaurants and I was the only home cook. And I won. And the only reason why I did not win first place was because I ran out. And they never ever gave first runner-up to anyone ever. But the woman knew I ran out. And when I ran out, there were 40 people in line. And I lost by 40 votes. She said, no, we have to give it to her. If I would not have run out, because people kept coming back for more, so I'm supposed to get a sample. And I didn't know I was supposed to give it. Wasn't supposed to give. Sure, you can have more, sure. People were like, this is good. And I was just giving it away. And I gave away too much. Okay, so we're going to let this simmer down here. Meanwhile, I'm going to swap over here. I'm going to come over here with some guacamole. We're going to make some guacamole and some salsa. Okay. And then I'm going to fix that little plate, show you how to construct it all. And then we're going to eat. All right. So these have already been pitted because I have a tendency of popping the nut all over the place. Now, everybody who cannot have guac, who cannot have avocado other than this one? Anybody else can have avocado? Can everybody else have avocado?
Yeah.
Why do we want to eat avocado? Okay, quiet in the class. Why do we want to eat avocado? Because what? It's a healthy fat. We must have healthy fat in the diet. If we don't, Matthew, if we don't, Ian, sorry. Ian, I don't have a dish towel or paper towels or napkins.
Dish towel, paper towel, napkin.
All of the above. Thank you. Thank you. And if we do not have healthy fat, the brain starves. If we do not have good cholesterol, this is how Alzheimer's sets in. Alzheimer's sets in because, thank you very much, because of a reduction of cholesterol. The brain is made up of two things, 70% water and 30% cholesterol. So when we start doing things like taking statin drugs to reduce cholesterol, we are taking out something viable in our body. Sure, cholesterol at 300 is great. I mean, it's awful. But a cholesterol, let's say, I know people who are taking statin drugs whose cholesterol is 170, 160. And I think that that's criminal. So you be careful. You be informed because some things just need not be. And I will tell you this, that Alzheimer's did not exist until statin drugs came on the scene. Because they're taking cholesterol out of the diet and the brain needs it. Okay? This is coming along so good. Dag, I can't let any of you stir. I forgot the sanitizer. Okay. So that's why we need a good fat. We need a healthy fat. A lot of people choose not to eat eggs or eat only egg whites. If you're going to eat the egg, eat the entire egg. You are missing it. I'll never forget when Pastor Himsey first got on the cleanse with me. He said, well, I haven't been eating eggs. I was like, who told you not to eat eggs? Right?
Right.
Yeah. He said, I just thought, no, eat the egg. And I know that there are a lot of vegans. I'm not throwing shade. I'm just saying. A lot of vegans choose to eat the egg substitutes. And if you read the ingredients on there, don't do that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Don't do that. Because all of that made up stuff to make it taste like an egg, eat an egg.
Okay.
By the time you did all of that and half killed yourself in the process, eat the egg. I promise you it won't kill you. So I understand the whole concept of never eating anything that had a mother. I got it. I did it too. I do it too. I go through seasons of it. I can eat vegan for several days in a row and then I can't. Okay? You all can come and take these seats at the table. Oh, this is smelling good. This smell good, you all?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm sorry to bother you one more time, sweetheart. I don't have a garbage can.
I'll grab that for you as well.
Okay.
No worries.
Sorry.
Oh, here, don't apologize to me.
Okay, you got it. All right, now the avocados have been peeled. I am mashing. I only count a half mash at first, but the first thing that I want to do when I get my avocado into the bowl is I want to get some lemon juice on the situation, so it won't retard and turn brown. Okay, and this helps to maintain its pretty green coloring. And it tastes delicious. It gives it that snap, crackle, pop. And Carmen, you're from Arizona.
Yes.
One of the best guacamole outside of my own that I have ever had was at a restaurant in Tucson.
Okay.
They come tableside
Okay.
and do your guacamole, and you get to pick this, that, in your guacamole and mix it right there. Oh my gosh. I went back 3 days in a row. So to season the guacamole, I do pretty much what I did with the meat. I start with veggie salt. And you see, I have a small amount, but it doesn't matter. If you have a small amount, still do the same thing. Then it's a smaller container, so you use a smaller amount. Yes? Then we'll go dark. Then we'll go cumin. And then we'll go garlic powder. And since I do not use paprika in guacamole, I'll do onion powder. It's whiter than the garlic powder.
Okay.
So I can see what I'm doing. And a little basil. Just a teach of it. Bank. And cilantro. Yes, cilantro. But that's not all, y'all. That's not all. Tomatoes. Yes. Tomatoes. And red pepper. Oh, Lord have mercy. Onions. Red onions. Who's hiccuping? Go get some water. All dehydrated. Some water over there. Uh-huh. Didn't think I heard that, huh? And then you just mash. At home, I literally use a potato masher. Or I have a very wide fork. And you mash. And see, if you don't have anything on this avocado, and if you don't eat it right away when you cut it, it would have been brown by now. The minute you take it out of its casing, it starts to retard, just like a good apple. Now, here's how you know an organic apple from one that's not. A regular apple will last all day. No brown in sight. That organic apple, you better bite it fast. Thank you, darling.
Oh, you got it. Don't have anything else? You good?
That's good.
Beautiful.
So here is the extra kick that I like. Whole organic yogurt, not sour cream. Plain yogurt. Oh, are you all gonna have? So if I put this in here, y'all not gonna eat it? Okay.
It's interesting. It's interesting. I want to know.
Because we ditched sour cream a long time ago. Even on top of when I fix this plate, I'll show you. Plain yogurt has far more health benefits to it than does sour cream. Okay? So we use the yogurt instead of sour cream. Not French vanilla, plain. Right? Oh yeah, this is going off. This is nice and thick, and that roux right there in the bottom is that gravy. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. We are done. We are complete. We're gonna finish this off. What is good about the plain yogurt, especially in a recipe, is that it's a naturally occurring probiotic. It's cultured. It's soured. That's what it means by cultured. So just like a buttermilk or something like that, you put buttermilk in your cake instead of regular milk. Ooh, some kind of good. Y'all know what I'm talking about? No, y'all don't know? Okay. Or double chocolate cake, buttermilk chocolate. Somebody knows what I'm talking about. Guacamole.
Yeah.
Guacamole. Done. All righty. So we'll put that over here and leave that in there. Now, one more thing. Salsa. Yes, you can make salsa from scratch. Yes, you can make salsa from scratch. And what do you start with salsa with? Tomatoes. Please start with tomatoes. And this is the best. And not only that, by the time you put all of these seasonings on it, oh, he didn't know he put me a little lime juice. Okay, so we use the lime juice, but at home I use apple cider vinegar. It'll keep in the refrigerator. So I make it when I get my tomatoes from the farm, I make it in a big vat, especially when the tomatoes are red and yellow and orange and green. I make it in a big thing. My husband's like, you overdoing it with the salsa. Shut up, please. That salsa going in 2 weeks. Yeah. Everybody wants to take a dip of the salsa. Onions. You said all of that? All of that. Okay. Text Gus and Brooke, please, and tell them to come. And Geraldine, tell them all to come. And then we've got little crushed red pepper. Can you have salsa?
I can't eat that. You could put whatever you want.
No, we don't put it on there. You can have salsa?
No, put whatever you want.
That's right,
I
nice.
can't eat any of that.
Okay, got it. So we get a little crushed red pepper, just a little
Yeah.
Just a little. If you want some more, add it to your plate. But just a little Cilantro. All good, all good. And what else do we have here? Oh, Black olives.
Oh yes.
Oh.
This is for garnish for your plate.
Okay.
Okay.
I love that.
We love black olives. Just a dip of jalapeno.
Ooh.
Just a dip. Don't want to kill nobody. But we want you to experience it. And some crushed tomatoes. Just like 3. I like to put them in the corners. Do a triangle with the tomato paste, the crushed tomatoes. And we season again. What do we use? Light, dark, veggie sauce. Smaller bowl. Cumin. See the pattern?
Mm-hmm.
Oregano. And garlic powder and onion powder. And of course, parsley. Where's Shireen? Was she here? Okay. She was asking me while I was up on her feet. She was like, how do you know how to do all of this? How do you know how to cook and everything? Listen, I grew up in my household and I have been remixing recipes since my Easy Bake Oven.
Yeah.
Literally, I was in 2nd grade when I got my Easy Bake Oven. We had gone to Louisiana for Christmas, and I thought that Santa forgot us because we only got one gift in Louisiana. So when we came back, my mother said, look what Santa left in the closet. And that was my Easy Bake Oven. And we ate that stuff in 3 days, right? So I'm sitting there looking around like, well, we have a kitchen. And my mother let me play.
Wow.
And I went to work in that kitchen and ate and fixed stuff and figured out how to fix stuff in the Easy Bake Oven. Now they have the Easy Bake Oven recipe book. Yes, they do. For you to figure out the recipes in the Easy Bake Oven with real food. But I figured that joint out when I was in 2nd grade. So I have been remixing recipes in my Easy Bake Oven. I come from a long line of chefs. My uncle Herschel was the head chef of the New Orleans Convention Center. And my cousin Ronald was the head chef at the Washington, D.C. Convention Center. And one time I had a book signing in the Washington, D.C. Convention for the Black Caucus at there. And then I told of the other authors. In fact, it was Lolita Files was with me, Eric Jerome Dickey, and Omar Tyree, and Victoria Christopher Murray. We were all signing books together. And I said, come on, y'all, let's go to the kitchen. My cousin is the chef here. Your cousin ain't no head chef here. Okay. He said, ask every security guard you see how to get to the kitchen. They got us a real big maze at the convention. So we get down there, and he told everybody, see, I told you this is my cousin who signed the book. His people in the kitchen said, you ain't got no, your cousin ain't got no chef. My friend said, your cousin ain't no chef here. He sat us down and fed us. And so I come from a long line of chefs, and a whole bunch of good cooks. Aunt Mabel could kill it. She was a cook in the hospital systems, dietitian in New York City. And the recipes that I have, and I have my cookbook, darling. We'll have it tonight. We'll watch it tonight. And here is salsa. Okay, from a big, rich, not really, huh?
26 date.
There you go. Salsa guacamole and chips. So I don't really know what's under here. I'm gonna take a peek real quick because let's see here. Nothing. So I will take some questions from you all if you have any. Well, first let me show you how to make this plate. Okay? And we're gonna make a plate. How about if I make a plate for you, Miss Dr. Margaret? Sure. I'll make a plate for you? Okay, so we start with lettuce, of course. Actually, I like to put my chips on the bottom. I like to put my chips on the bottom because I like them to get just a little soggy. You don't have to do it. You can do it any way you want. But for the sake of this demonstration, the lettuce is already on the plate. So I guess that's where we're starting, okay? Would you like your meat next to your lettuce, or would you like your chips next? I know, decisions.
Yeah. meat.
Pardon me?
My meat.
You'd like the meat next, okay. So we're going to layer this and I'm going to show you how to construct your plate. Would you like jalapeno peppers? Would you like yellow peppers?
Yes.
Would you like cheese?
Yes.
Okay. Would you like your cheese? Can I do the rest of it after since you told me what you want now? Can I do the rest?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. All right. She says she wants her meat first. All right.
What kind of chips do you use?
Tortilla chips.
Okay.
They're here in this bowl. Scoop one. And remember, this is a soy. All right. And then I'm going to go for the cheese. Did you say no to peppers?
No, not the jalapenos.
No, not the jalapenos. You okay with bell peppers?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So we're going to bell pepper it up. He's got 3 of my favorite peppers in here, yellow, orange, and green. See, everything in here is something for your health. Even those tortilla chips are organic. Word to the wise, do not buy non-organic tortilla chips.
Why?
Because soy and corn are the most pesticided crops in America. All right? And I'll probably get kicked off of YouTube after that. So, guacamole. A taste?
A taste.
A taste. A taste of guacamole. A taste. That's her taste. All right, salsa.
A taste.
A taste. Salsa. A taste. She just wants a taste, y'all. I get it. Are you having yogurt
Yes.
to top it off? Okay. Fantastic. We got to do this from my kitchen, y'all. Y'all going to have to join me live from my kitchen. I have all my stuff. But the Essex Culinary Resort and Spa is okay with me. All right. Chips? Of course. And she is plated. All right? So this is a complete meal.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Oh, and I was supposed to have this mic on and I never did turn it on. Sorry. Okay, can you hear me? Can you hear me through the mic? You can? You can hear me through the mic? Testing 1. Hello,
Yeah.
hello, hello.
Yeah.
Okay, great. All right. We're good. Now it's over. Questions? Questions. How many of you can cook? How many of you are afraid of the kitchen? That's good. We have the wrong people in here. Last year, y'all didn't even tell me anything. Yes, we were doing this together on the Wellness Warriors Weekend webinar. And a woman said, when I was telling them how to layer, she said, when you started shaking seasonings, I froze. She said, I couldn't do anything else. Matthew, may I have some knives and forks? Can we get the rest of the food out here? We're finished. Ready to go?
Chef Adam, I've set for him the burger.
Oh, you did, but one place setting for, because she has her plate already, so she can eat. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yes, ma'am. Vegetable salt. It's called Veggie Sal. VEGESAL. It comes in a box like this. It comes in a larger box, and it comes in a shaker. I get all 3. I make sure I never run out of it. It is all we use. We do not use salt in our home. We use this. We do not use table salt. You know why table salt is dangerous? It's 1/3 glass, 1/3 sand, 1/3 sodium.
Yeah.
And so why it's dangerous is because it scratches on the artery. And so let's say this was a coating around your artery. It scrapes it off eventually and exposes the nerve endings. So that is the better reason to stop eating table salt.
So my question is, So you know, some people just don't tolerate
Can you speak up a little bit more?
I'm sorry. You know, some people really just don't tolerate it. Like my mom will swell. I'm just like her. I will, you know, swell easily. It's something because I don't use salt, but if I eat out, obviously it's use salt, and I can tell because I start swelling. So will that have the same effect as any other salt?
Absolutely not, because it is made from vegetables. It is made from parsley, onions, garlic, all of the peppers, dehydrated and ground. If you cook with those items and put it on your food, it will be salty. It is naturally occurring sodium and celery. Okay?
I need a picture of that.
You need a picture of that before we go? Absolutely. Yes,
What about the sea salt that they say?
The pink
sparingly.
Yeah.
Sparingly sea salt. Himalayan salt is best.
Yeah. The pink.
The pink salt.
So what's
That's
the
right.
difference?
Himalayan salt is very salty too.
Yeah.
It's Himalayan, it's from the earth. It's literally chipped off from the earth. How many of you have a Himalayan salt lamp?
Oh, yes. That's all right. But I gotta buy
You have to buy one. And you have to put it near your tower.
Yeah.
It absorbs
Oh.
EMFs, your computer tower in your home. Chris got one, and 2 weeks later, was it 2 weeks? 2 weeks, like, so it's rocky. It's like a rock, and it had just not formed, it's not smooth. 2 weeks later, he took a picture and said, what in the world is going on here? How's it taste?
I just blessed it.
Okay, all right. I thought I saw you chewing.
Between you and the blessing, my first taste, it's perfect.
Oh, perfect. Okay, great. He said, Himalayan salt lamp. He said, what in the world is going on here? He sent me a photograph. One side was completely flat as a board when it was rocky. He put it right next to his tower because they got a lot of power going on at their house. And so I have it facing my tower too, away, not as close. One side is now flat. So I keep turning it around. And now I'm on the second side.
Wow.
That it
Your
even
computer, what tower are you talking about?
your computer tower. Put it in the room where you have your tower.
Oh,
Okay?
Or
So
your
that
wireless router.
or your wireless router. All right? Because what it does is what you want to do is it will absorb the EMFs. And you can tell because it's no longer going to be rocky. It's going to start to be flat.
Yeah.
And you can just keep turning it around. And then when you no longer have any rocky sides, get another one.
yeah, man.
Man, I just had it because it's free.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know
It's
the benefits
pretty.
of it. I was like, oh, I like this. It's nice.
It's pretty too. Yes. Questions? Yes.
What about
Shh.
sea vegetables?
What about seaweed? Kelp?
Yeah, kelp or dulse to use instead of seaweed.
That yes, that's
Seaweed, but yeah, seaweed.
that has a very high iodine quotient,
Okay,
and not everybody can tolerate it.
gotcha.
And it also has a very different taste.
Yes, that's true.
It does not necessarily replace a seasoning salt.
Gotcha. Okay.
And people who are used to shaking on the lorries
Gotcha.
or the adobo, they're the ones who are going to really need that transition.
Gotcha.
Okay?
Thank you.
All right. Yes. Question over here? No more questions?
So let me ask you, okay, this is my thing. Okay, so the sea, everybody's into the natural sea moss where you have to put it in the water
Yes.
and soak it down and all that kind of stuff. You put it in your smoothies, you put it in your
Yes.
whatever. That's good.
It is. It's an immune booster.
Okay.
It's a good tonic.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
It's good. Just like you received the tonic this morning with
Yes.
the Peronia.
Yes.
It's similar to that. It's
okay.
another type of a tonic. It's an antioxidant. It's an immune strengthener. It's very good during this season
Okay.
of keeping your body healthy during the times that we're in right now. It needs to be utilized with other things. I hear a lot of people saying that they use it all by itself. I wouldn't use it all by itself. Not all by itself.
And it's salty because that's my husband, he uses the natural. I take the pill capsule.
Sea moss?
Capsule. Yeah.
Okay.
But he takes the
top, the
stringy,
liquid.
yeah, the
Okay.
stringy stuff that you got boiled down.
Okay.
And it looks like
Yes, it's an herb. Don't stop that frowning. The stuff that's so natural.
I have my capsule.
It's really not that bad. Like the gel, like the first week, it was rough because the texture is just kind of like, you know, like it just kind of grossed me out. You can put it in your tea, but
Yeah.
I know how I am, and I'm not gonna do it if I'm always like, oh, I'm gonna put it in the drink. I'm gonna just make the drink, and then
Drink the
the
drink.
sea moss is still not being used, you know. So I get like the flavored ones. Like my aunt has made it, and she'll use like lime, and it's just slightly lime flavored. But honestly, there's no taste. Once you get used to the texture, it's nothing. I take a tablespoon in the water.
Listen, here's what I have to say about that.
Okay.
Nobody asked you how it tastes if it's supposed to be good.
Yeah.
Right.
End of story.
Yeah.
Do the daggone thing.
Yeah.
Get your health.
Yeah.
Are you more hung up on how something tastes, or are you more concerned about its benefits?
Yeah.
Choice is yours.
I was just looking at the lookout.
It is kind
Now, and you know what? You don't need to look. Just open wide and take that thing. That's it. That's all. That's it. Questions?
Yeah.
Okay.
Questions?
I got a question. Okay, so you got a lot of powder, the ground powder, the ground garlic.
Yes.
Will that be the same if I use fresh garlic and fresh onions, or will it be if?
At home, I actually use both.
Okay.
But I use the powder for the purposes of making the gravy.
Oh, okay. Right.
That's why I use the powder, so I don't have to use powder.
Okay.
So I don't have to use flour.
Gotcha.
I don't want to use flour.
Okay. Thank you. Oh,
Okay.
one more. Doesn't matter if you're.
Who's that talking? Thank you.
Okay. Doesn't matter if your canned items are organic or not.
Yes. What
Okay.
can I?
So I'm referring to the powders and stuff.
Oh.
The stuff in the jars.
Well, use a good quality. Like I wouldn't buy it at the dollar store.
Got it. Okay.
Okay. They have seasoning though.
They do. I've seen
Okay.
them. I have seen them.
But I'm telling you, if you were getting a good start, if you're trying to get started and that's all you can afford, then do that.
Okay.
Start with wherever you are, make a better choice.
Gotcha. Okay.
Start going through your cabinets. I do something called a kitchen clean out, right, Mama Millicent? Where's she at? Tell them about it. I come to your house and we go through your cabinets. And you have to make a decision on that day that I come over and go through your cabinets that we also go to the store and replace it.
Oh wow. Okay.
So I did a lot of them virtually, of course, during the pandemic. But tell them what happened when I came to your house, Millicent. Tell them about your kitchen clean out. Let Renee tell you. Let Renee tell you.
Everything we had, using everything. We threw out everything, and then we went to Whole Foods and just replaced everything. And the good thing about it is, it's not that when you go into the store, you're replacing it with things that you use. Just better options.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So she looks and sees the Lysol, the Fabuloso, all those things, and then we go into the store and we're replacing your Fabuloso with this, and we're replacing this with this. So it was a really good experience. And she came down from the Poconos to East Orange to do that for us. And we found a Whole Foods close by and we went shopping.
Wow.
It was really a good experience.
Kitchen clean out.
Okay, so
Everything under the sink and on top.
I can get you to do that.
Arizona.
Yeah, we do it virtually.
Okay, cool. Listen, you said something about the person. I missed that part. You said the person that likes the Lowry's. I'm the Lowry's person. So what do I need to do?
Veggie salt.
Veggie salt instead of the Lowry's. Okay.
Instead of the Lowry's, instead of the adobo, instead of what's that other stuff? Seasonal.
Oh no.
Whatever you use that's salty, that's not natural.
Oh.
You haven't used Lowry's in a long time? That's good.
Okay.
This is good news.
I'm
If you haven't
try
used
it for real. I mean, that's because I didn't have any other option. I didn't know any other, but now I know one.
That's right.
Yes, that's right.
Yes, question.
It's a doctor prescribed.
Yes.
This is amazing.
Okay.
And you have this way of getting me to
eat things that I don't usually eat.
Good.
I don't know how she does that because I'm really strong-willed as much as I
Yes.
But can you tell me a little bit more about soy? Because soy is such a controversial.
Soy
topic.
is. This is, first of all, the reason why this location at the Essex Culinary Resort and Spa was chosen is because they are farm to table, or they only source organic from organic purveyors. So everything here comes from somebody farming. Because when I asked for turkey kielbasa, because last time they had a turkey kielbasa that was so good, everybody was crying for more. All right. I said, I need the turkey. They said, we don't use that farm anymore. So he said, okay, I'm going to do my best to find someone who can source it and source enough of it for the group. So he found a farm that did that, and they got it in time. He said, otherwise we're going with plan 2. We're going to have turkey bacon every day because I know where I can get that. That's good. No nitrates, no nitrites. All right. So the soy, what you want to be careful of is you want to make sure it's quality. You want to make sure that it is not pesticided. It has no GMOs because soy is very highly pesticided in this country. And you don't want to eat more than 35 grams per day. That's where you want to stay with soy. Okay. Question. Good one. That was a good one. There was another hand over here. Yes.
So my background obviously is Caribbean. So you talk about adobo and stuff, which is not us. We do
You talk about what?
the adobo that you use, we won't, because we use our Caribbean seasonings. So so if I go home and I look at my garlic, garlic, ginger, pimento season, what am I looking for on it to know that I cannot use that because I only use Caribbean seasoning? So if it's not Grace or Jamaica Choice or Maggie is here or there, then how would I know? Because you know what's in the lorries and the adobo that you don't want. How do I now pick and choose with my Caribbean seasoning?
She said, how do I know what's in my Caribbean season and what not to use? Then first she prefaced it. She said, obviously I'm Caribbean. And I've been talking to you all weekend. And until this moment, I didn't know that because you jumped out with that mind like I did not understand. I was like, what? You have not sounded like that all weekend. It's like when I go down south and I say Patricia, because you just pick up the accent. You just spoke another language on me just then. All right. I just wanted to mention that. Okay. This is how you know. Make sure you can pronounce everything in it.
Well, I can't. But what I'm saying is, for example,
Wait, pause. Because you cannot all the time. If you have not read every single ingredient with intent, maybe you have not read it all.
Okay.
Is there a caking agent in it? Is there something? Okay. What is the sodium quotient?
So that's what I'm wondering.
All right.
Okay.
Then not only that, and you want to make sure that now I leave some great seasonings on the shelf.
Monosodium.
Okay, MSG. And then when you get my book,
Oh yes.
Kitchen Warriors 101, Homemade Healthy, there is a section in here that talks about what's in the cabinet. There is a section in here that talks about the MSG masquerade. The MSG masquerade because consumers have become smart.
Yep.
Consumers have learned how to avoid purchasing items that say MSG. You go into a Chinese restaurant, you say no MSG. Yes? Or they'll have the MSG on the thing with the line through it, saying that we don't use that here. But so here's the MSG masquerade. Let me read a few of them to you. Anything that is enzyme modified, if it says modified enzyme, anything that is protein fortified. All you vegans with that replacement food. Okay? Anything ultra pasteurized. Autolyzed yeast. Calcium calcinate. Carrageenan. Citric acid. Cornstarch. Enzymes. Glutamate. Glutamate acid. Hydrolyzed protein. There are 2 rows. So instead of saying MSG, they're using these other words.
That's what you don't want.
That's what you don't want in it. So when to answer your question, Rhonda, you have to read and be educated. Okay? Yes.
And to follow up on that, in the region, we have the highest, when compared to the world, population, diabetes, type 2 diabetes.
That's right.
Cancer, heart diseases. It's really high. And we say, oh, we have a lot of natural things, but we tend to, our products that we use, we don't
Yes.
do it intentionally.
Yes. Yes. Now, and a lot of you eat from the ground. You eat your seasonings. I have a girlfriend who goes home to the islands every Christmas, and she brings me. We do an exchange. She takes home clothes to the family, and she brings me back a bag of seasoning. The real cinnamon, the fresh, the everything fresh in a bag, and she's like, "Now this is still green. You got to let this sit. This is still that. You got to fresh." That's not. I think that's a good exchange because we give away clothes by the bag. Okay, so I hear you. So I like a good Jamaican seasoning too. I love the Walker's brand of jerk. I mix the hot and the medium, the hot and the mild for the family. Because the hot is too hot and the medium and the mild is not doing anything. So I mix the two together and we come out just right.
We actually have someone who makes the
Jerk seasoning
from scratch. Make a big bucket that you can't even crack that bucket open. I sneeze every time. My husband mixes it. I got it.
Okay, so I need that recipe. That's what I do. I collect recipes. Go to restaurants and collect recipes. Okay? Questions?
Can you read that list?
No, it's in the book. You're gonna get the book.
Oh,
You're gonna get my book. That's what we're doing tonight, getting books. Authors are gonna be here tonight. Yes. Okay.
How does one go about like starting the detox?
How do you go about starting the detox? You make an appointment with me or you grab my detox book. I'll have some of them tonight too. It's $10.
Okay.
55 pages. 1 through 7. 1 through 7.
But I probably should still
Yes, you should come see me. I got you. I'll help you out. I want to thank you all for being here. I want to thank also the person who was the first one to sign up for this workshop. They're going to get a Kitchen Warriors book. They are going to get a bamboo set from the Essex. And they're getting a Love to Cook dish towel. Some more honey. And one of my favorite things, better than bouillon, organic chicken bouillon.
Where you get that from?
The grocery store. You have to look for it. It's next to the regular bouillon. It is. And it's a paste. And I give myself some grace and I don't mess it up. So the first person to sign up the Kitchen Warriors, dun dun dun, Rainice Faucher-Pitt. Now let me say this. She was the first person to sign up for this retreat when we announced it.
Wow.
And we just announced how to sign up for Kitchen Warriors 2 weeks ago because they took forever to give me a link to do it or tell me how to do it. So all of you found out about Kitchen Warriors on the same day, and she was still first.
Wow. Take your back.
So thank you all for being here. Bon appetit. Time to eat. Thank you. All right. God bless you. Bye, y'all. Thank you for being here.
2 hours.